Rin world encountered. I've never had this event before. We have encountered a massive ring world surrounding the star in a sanctuary system. Preliminary scans indicate that it was built eons ago using the material of the system's innermost planets. The ring world has 4 habitable segments, each seemingly home to a pre-space civilization. There is a large space station of some kind located between the ring world and its star. We are receiving a transmission from it on screen. Order of the Holy Swarm, incoming transmission, no video feed. Hopefully there are pictures at some point. Welcome to the Sanctuary Sentience. This fully automated facility was established 74,605,338 cycles ago. What cycle? To serve as a nature reserve. Our self-sustaining biome segments feature a selection of non-intelligent flora and fauna originating from 4 distinct biospheres. To protect these fragile biospheres, access to our facilities are currently restricted. Do not approach this facility under any circumstances. Our sensors show signs of civilization on your rim world. Who created this facility? Right, let's ask that one. All species present in our biomes were thoroughly catalogued when the sanctuary was first established. Records indicate that none of them displayed intelligence levels approaching sentience. Your sensors must be mistaken. Do not approach this facility under any circumstances. Who created this facility? This facility was constructed by the Xenphile over a period of 412 cycles. It was completed and fully functional 74,605,338 cycles ago. The last recorded visit by a Xenphile vessel occurred 67,103,853 cycles ago. There are no recorded visits by the Xenphile or Xenphile affiliated vessels since that date. There are 38,201 failed attempts by unauthorized vessels to access this facility on record. My chances don't seem great if I'm going to do that then. Do not approach this facility. You guessed it, under any circumstances. Right. Goodbye. The automated services of the sanctuary bid you a pleasant day. Sentient, do not. Yeah. Right. So where is that? So where is this ring world? Is that it? Oh yeah, sanctuary it was, wasn't it? Okay, there's a military presence here. Wow, look at this. It looks like there are 4 Gaia worlds on the rim of this device. It's literally a rim world, isn't it? Okay, that's going to be pretty amazing if we can colonize that at some point. We haven't got a power hub here. That's interesting. What I'm going to do is actually hire a new leader. So let's get to leader screen. Recruit governor. Brilliant. That's the one I'm looking for. So building cost and construction time, that is lowered. Okay. So this guy's really great at science though. Is it worth... I'm not sure. What I was thinking of doing is basically sticking a governor that had a build cost on it temporarily to make that building cheaper. Yeah, I am going to do it because his influence is less. I'll get rid of that guy for a bit. I don't know if you have to do this over the course of the duration of the building being made or not. So which is the best energy bonus? I'm going to stick it on that one, I think. So that's 1. That's 1. That's 1. 2. 2. Let's stick it. Let's stick it here. So let's replace that with this. So that's cheaper now in influence, which is very important. Right, so let's keep an eye on this. It should be 82. Let's also make Energy building there, we can afford it. Now let's change, well, wait a day and change this guy back. So I want the science guy here. So it's still 82. Right, that works by the looks of it. I'm not sure if the next building in the list will be cheaper, probably not, if he's not there. But who knows, it might be, because that's when I bought it. Right, so I've got a spare guy now who's got building cost and something else, wasn't it? Construction time, let's stick him on negative. What's this constructed to? It was up at Bunda. So I think we got all the resources up here now. Maybe not that one. Actually. Okay.
Situation log updated.
Right, I'm not going to read these ones because they're basically the same, these messages. So we found the Mu aliens in Kajam. Let's actually investigate.
Anomaly found.
Okay, this guy is level 5. You know what? Let's try and find out about this now. I'm not going to have a better chance than that. So, it is open cold now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, research. And a constructor was also done, so where are you? Supposedly also done. Oh yeah, you can... It's faint, but yeah, that is a border outpost. So we're down to 1 now. You can see there, inefficient planet management. That is because we have now exceeded that, although this hasn't actually finished colonizing. So I'm getting a negative amount there. I also believe it affects your income as well when you get that. It's because, yeah, we're over 5 planets in effect. So I've got to do something about that. What there is in Stellaris is a way to reduce micromanagement, because if you had hundreds of planets doing all of the buildings, you'd find that it would become a nightmare. If you want to know what micromanagement nightmare is, looking after this many planets, play Galactic Civilizations 3 on a bigger map. That's what micromanagement nightmare is. So the way to get around it is there's this sector system where basically your planets are automated. The game does it for you. So I'm going to be turning over planets to the sectors. I'm going to have to create a sector somewhere shortly. I'm going to figure out which planet to do. And before I turn them over though, I'm going to get as much infrastructure up on those planets as possible, because I don't. Well, there are settings that you can add on to the sectors to stop them from building over your buildings, for example, or tell them what to focus on. I think it does a pretty good job as well from what I've seen so far of it. So I've got to figure out now which planet I want to give to sector. I need to do at least 1. So there's 3 up on there. Ordos has 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna give Ordos over to the sector then once it's got 5 population. Getting 5 population up is pretty important for reasons I'll be going into shortly, I believe. Right, so I've got yeah, so for the time being I'm going to stick with 6 in effect. I'm not going to do it quite yet. Right, so that's done. I can actually get these resources up and running as well now. Right, so I don't want to do that one, but I do want to do that one. Okay. There's actually a special resource there, which is the link to an energy building. I've forgotten what it's called. Rock potential. Targon 3 is exceptionally rich in minerals that are unfortunately of no use to us. However, Science Officer Overcooled believes that many elements in the crust of Targon 3 can be transformed into potentially more useful forms through positron bombardment. The FAS Zofrek has requested that the Order of the Holy Swarm set aside 100 credits for the purposes of this project. Yeah, okay, go for it.
Situation log updated.
And there's quite a few planets down here, isn't there? I could have all of those to myself. At the moment, it's starting to look like getting into an early war against one of these is a bad idea, because I can probably colonize a lot still. Yeah, I think getting an alliance first and then going to war is a better idea than early wars anyway, because I could have them all tank up on me otherwise anyway. Right, money is becoming more of an issue now, so I need to keep an eye on that, but we are colonizing, it's costing a lot. Let's build that there.
Construction complete.
How much food does this place have? 5. Could probably upgrade a farm. Let's build that there. Yeah. Construction in Lazak. 2, 3. Okay, we just had a scientist die, Oberfolg. He was our physics guy. Right, so not good. Let's go to leaders and recruit someone. So, research speed 5% for being maniacal, that's pretty good. Or just these two for 10% in a certain field. I think 5%, yeah, is the way to go over those options. That guy's 10% flat out. That guy... Yeah, so let's stick the 5% guy here then. Okay. When do I get... Oh, I needed to get a scientist to do that, do I? That's a construction ship finished there. Yeah, I don't want to get that last one because I'm going to want to colonize that eventually. Right, the attack swarm finished. It looks like there's an empire down. Yeah, the Mu aliens. Let's get you back out up here then. Okay. Ooh, what's that? That's where the thingamajiggy is. I could do now with another scientist, but look at my influence, I can't afford another scientist. If I'd have realised that, I may not even have bought that last one. Right, so, got constructor ships doing nothing. Oh, there's some stuff over here I might be able to grab them. Let's not... Oh, I could do that one. Let's get that up and running now. Okay, let's check out how we're doing here as well. Yeah, they don't seem to be all that affected. Okay, hang on a second. Military is a bit worrying, they're superior. But they're all friendly, they shouldn't declare war, and a pacifist, one of them is. Yeah, I'm going to wait until I've got that, I think, before making military, and then I'm going to start making destroyers.
Construction complete.
Cheaper, it seems to make sense, as long as no one, as long as I don't get declared war on. Ordos finished something. So we got 4 here. I've got to keep an eye on this one definitely. Let's you know what? I want to clear that tile. Do I have a tile clearing leader? Let's find out. So leaders, not really. I think they would give bonuses though. Let's get Ginger Governor quickly then. Let's get that guy there. And oh, was that the wrong one?
Anomaly found.
Right, leave that one.
Special project complete.
Right, found a new empire. Right, hang on, I'm doing something. Let's do that guy. I think you might have, yeah, clear block of time, but it's not cheaper. Let's clear that one. We'll switch him there and then build that there. Money I can't afford, though, possibly then. Communications established with the Spuxalak Empire. Okay, and he's an interesting looking guy as well. So I speak on behalf of the Spuxalak Empire, and I bring you greetings. Our great leader, Empress Koldolf I, is very pleased to have made contact with your unique species, and we look forward to an exchange of culture and ideas. So, they're an empire, which, yeah, I think let's go for together we can achieve greatness. Spexlakens. And check him out. So where is their empire, first of all? They are down here, so we're going to be competing for these worlds, potentially. They only have 2 planets, is that correct? So they might not be a starting empire, actually. They may have been a civilization that became space-faring at some stage. Oh, it's 3 planets. Oh, I could be wrong on that. Probably am wrong on that, actually, because they're doing pretty well there. So they are pacifist and xenophile, similar to us as well. Very similar. It's been surprising how many we've had that is... Oh no, I'm not pacifist, am I? I'm thinking of a different game I'm playing. We are xenophile though. Right, so I definitely want to improve relations with these guys, but it could be potentially an issue because I'm running out of embassies. So, if I close that, what I wish it would do as well, when you close... Oh, it does stay there, good. I thought it didn't. So we close that. Let's find someone I don't want an embassy with. I think it's the little guy up here. It's the Zach Plot, which is you. Let's recall our embassy. Confirm. But I'm going to switch the embassy to this guy. Right. And what are your species? They are adaptive, which is... I used to think before playing a game that adaptive might be one of the strongest traits, but it's only 10%. You can't really get the 20% level, colonize the 20% levels with an extra 10%. It's not high enough, and the 60% is already possible to colonize those type of planets anyway, realistically, once you've got the terraforming tech. So I don't think it's that important, adaptive. Yeah, that's all they've got. So I don't think I'm gonna want him as basically emigrating to my worlds like I have done with a couple of the others. Research agreements at 673. Yeah, he's probably a little bit ahead. There's nothing really I want to trade here. Definitely do want to trade them systems. I have Betharian stone now as well, which I'd forgotten about. So with that in mind, let's actually use that, shall we? So, where is my capital here? I can't even see it. There. So, I think I'm gonna place that with the Betharian power plant. So it's a lot of extra energy, and it's really cheap, these are as well, so they're really amazing. Okay, so that could be in the list. Right. He was arid, wasn't he? So down the line he's going to be nicking planets off me that I can colonize. We're on 6 now, so you can see we get monthly influence, lesson, and energy credits. That was already happening though, so I need to make a sector soon. Ocean. Right, the science ship finished as well. Let's get you... Oh, that's a desert one. Let's survey that. I need to colonize that one soon then. As well, probably. Right, so I've got 2 constructors to do. Let's check that out. I've got to rename that at some point. Okay, looks fine to me. Okay, something's happened here. No access. Right, why is that? Looks like they might be colonizing, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's get the science built here. I'm going to save up a ton of minerals now. I already have, actually. I'm going to get a ton of stuff built there and then hand it over to a sector. Do I need to colonize somewhere quickly again? There is that planet there probably, so maybe I should be buying a colony ship soon. Let's get some energy upgraded though. I had to stop for a few minutes then. I'm having some frame rate issues. It's an incredibly hot day today and my outdated graphics card isn't handling too well with it, and the fact that I'm recording on the same hard drive that I have the same game files on, because a hard drive went broke a while back. Yeah, it's not helping much. But enough of my issues. With Alphys, I've actually updated, you can see on the right on the list here, my power plants. We should get some energy, which I definitely need soon. I'll go through my other planets as well. Negev, I should actually do something with. I'll come back to that shortly. Ordos is almost at the point where I might consider turning it into a sector. I've stuck a building in Mojave, I think. I've also renamed that as well. So yeah, it's called Mojave now. And I've got a constructor to come over here, so that's going to make a wormhole station so I can get up to that part of the map. And over here. What else? Let's go back to Negev. So I want to get this ready to turn into a sector. Now it's a good planet, and I want to keep some good planets so I can actually use them long term. Well, you can actually even use sectors starports, but I've found that basically it doesn't show up when you're using the starport. Doesn't show sectors over here. So I want to keep a few really good planets back. The capital and probably, well, Sahara has 21 tiles. I'll probably keep this planet around. And I'll be using those planets, starports. That's the ones I'm going to be updating. But Negev I'm going to turn over to a sector shortly. So we're pretty much ready almost to do that. Let's actually get a governor over here, I think, in a second. Where's the capital on here as well? Have I updated this? No upgrades available. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is an upgrade available when you get to pop size 10, I think, but I'm not sure if we've got the tech for it. So I might turn this over now. Let's change a governor. I'm going to get this guy over here. Let's clear that. Very expensive, which isn't good, but yeah, I'll get that done. So I got 3 building slots. I'm going to use all of these for energy. Now I know that with my race it's definitely better to focus on minerals and slavery, but you need money, you need maintenance, so yeah, I think I've got to make power plants here. Right, so let's get these in. Luckily these don't cost any maintenance once they're built. How much food have I got here? 4. I think I'm going to use... Oh, I've already making food there, am I? Good. Right. Yeah, so this is going to get turned over to a sector now, I think. Actually, I believe we are ready to do so. Yeah, so Negev is on the Theorem system. So if we go into the Empire screen, wrong one, right one, right. So where is it? It is there. So what you do is create new sector.
In sector management mode, planets are added to new or existing sectors on a per system basis. Sectors automate the construction of planetary buildings, greatly reducing the need for micromanagement.
Yep, brilliant. So we're going to make this a sector. Let's left click that. And we now have the Negev sector. Now at some point later on, I'm going to basically rename that, but I'm not sure yet. If you've got any ideas for sectors, let me know. Right, this is mentioning it misses resources. Okay, so that's interesting. So it can't power its station. I think that's what it's saying there. So that's obviously a problem. I'm not sure there's a lot I can do about it yet though. So if I left click there, we can go back onto Negev. So it doesn't have any energy whatsoever. No, it doesn't. But I am making energy here. I've got the buildings in the list. It can deal with that in a second. So let's go back to here. Now we've got a few options. It's not a lot. What I'm going to do is actually give them some minerals and some energy credits. You can see that the 10% was a lot. That's gone up a lot. That's we were getting for having too many planets. I'm also going to get it to focus on energy. I think I will. So you have a choice of military focus, which is defensive, so it focuses on generating minerals and building defensive stations. They will actually make stations, they will actually make constructor ships. I don't think they make science ships. They won't add any ships for your fleet though. Yeah, or you can set on industry focus, so focus on minerals, research or credits. Basically it's going to respect my tile resources, and it won't allow redevelopment to knock down my buildings and build something else unless I left click on that. So in theory, what will happen is that will eventually build a mining building there and build a science building there. I've already done all of these tiles, and since it's on energy focus, eventually when it can clear that, it will build energy there in theory, and that will build science there in theory as well, since it will respect the tile. So all in all, if it works like that, the micromanagement system for sectors is pretty good, but we'll see, won't we? So to actually finish doing this, I have to press finish, and that spent 25 influence, so it's pretty expensive. But yeah, that's sectors, so that could be extremely good idea from Paradox, and it will help with micromanagement.